There we are. Good afternoon. I would like to call to order this meeting of the Board of Library Trustees. It is 3:30 on December 17th, 2018. I am joined by Shannon, Betsy, Aiden, and Joanne and myself. The first order of business is to approve the prior meeting minutes, which I will look at because I watched the meeting but can't vote on since I wasn't here. And I didn't have any questions.
I'll make a motion to approve because I've read them already and I saw no issue.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, so that passes. So the minutes are approved. The next order of business is the youth services report. So Shannon, I will turn it over to you.
Okay, so in November, we had 18 children's programs. We had a total of 172 people attend those programs. Not too shabby given the holiday in the middle of the month, and then it's been really cold.
Mm-hmm.
No one
Right,
really wants to schlep themselves across the common in the cold. Nobody wants to do that. Today is our last day to submit letters to Santa. So far, we've had about 76 people participate.
I think you have even more now because at least one more person put a letter in while
Well, I haven't checked yet today. I was just going to wait until the end of the day.
So,
And I didn't check Saturday either, so I don't know
it's
how
at
many more
least
we're gonna be in there.
76.
Yes, at the very least. So we're just rolling right along with fall story times every Wednesday and Thursday at 10:30. They'll just keep going until the week that Sutton has the week off. We'll take a pause that week and then start right back up again come January 2nd. Same for baby story time and story times at the bank. The next ones at the bank will be January 7th and the 28th, 10:30, ages 1 to 5. If you're a little younger, a little older, that's fine with me. Coming up, other random events going on. We have the You and Me Book Club is meeting Wednesday at 3:30. We're going to be talking about Nicholas St. North and the Battle of the Nightmare King, and I didn't change that a second time. Yay. But the next book we'll be reading is Stuart Little. So if you missed this one, you can get a jump start on the next book. We're going to have a free movie Friday on December 21st at 4. We're going to show Norm of the North. And then we're going to have our final kidding around yoga session of the year. And then we're taking a break for January and February.
There's plenty of room. I checked this morning.
There is plenty
It's
of room.
always
in this
super
one.
full, yeah. But there's plenty of room.
Okay. I'll let people know. We'll also have a crafternoon that day for vacation. And then we're trying something new. We're going to have painting partners on Saturday, January 12th at 11. It is it's like paint night, but for you and your child together. It's currently full, which is exciting.
That's cool.
We'll have Deb Hudgens come January 14th at 10:30, ages 1 to 5, and then we'll have another free movie Friday, January 18th at 2, and we'll be showing Teen Titans Go to the Movies. We have a Lego Club tomorrow afternoon at 4, and then the next ones will be January 10th and January 22nd, also at 4. In November, for the teens and tweens, we had 4 teen programs. We had 7 people come to those programs. We just recently had a teen bath bomb making workshop. It was a big hit. We had 11 people, which was basically what the room could what it could hold. It was lots of fun, very informative, and there was actually like some tricky like math. Like, obviously, it would be chemistry going on, but she was very, hands off in that way. She's like, this is your scale and your digital scale, and you have to make sure you get your proportions right or it's not going to work. And so that was lots of fun, and I got a free sample, and everything smells lovely, so that was wonderful. We were awarded $10,000 once again from the Osterman Family Foundation for our new initiative of youth navigation into adulthood. So this will be primarily aimed at teens and young adults, but specifically the grant goes from about, I think, 8 to early 30s,
Okay.
because that's when these habits need to start forming.
Yeah.
And we're calling that initiative Adulting 101. So now that I know, because I wasn't sure if I was going to get that, so now that I know for sure, I'm going to start planning all the fun stuff that we're going to do in relation to that, all the interesting speakers that we're going to have coming. So lots of like taxes and loans and other fun stuff.
Credit.
Yes, credit is so important. We definitely need to talk about that. We might have multiple ones on that one. But we're also going to be having a Tinker Tuesday coming up on January 15th at 4. There's a tag meeting January 17th at 3. And then the next event in our marvelous holiday events is Perler Bead Creations, which will be happening Saturday, January 26th at 11. That one is not full. It is still open. So you can come, make perler bead, Marvel themed stuff.
Fun.
Maybe even Shrinky Dink. I have Shrinky Dink paper. We could play with that too.
How retro.
I know. It's fun though.
So congratulations on the
Yes.
Osterman grant. That is awesome news.
Thank you.
That's hugely important programming that we need. So lets us do other things with our other budget. Awesome. Good job.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
Painting Partners is full, but I don't know how many people you can accommodate.
I cut it off at 12 because that's what the room can accommodate, but there was a slight issue in the sign-up thing, so I actually overrode it. So right now there's 15 people signed up. I'm going to have to be very creative with where it happens. I might have to just move it somewhere else. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet.
Okay. Good to know.
Some of them will be small, hopefully, though, so could maybe
Let's stack
squish
them on top of each
yeah.
other.
I don't
You
know
guys
if,
like
I don't know
each
if you
other.
want to have the piggyback fights. Piggyback painting might be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Give
no.
everybody a trash bag to wear. There you go.
Got plenty of t-shirts, which is
Creative floor decor
Yeah.
as well.
So right now there's 15. I don't know that all 15 will show up, but there's 15 people signed up.
This is
Thank you.
systemic problem that they
That's
don't
not
show up.
15 pairs, that's
15 individuals.
That's 15 individuals, yeah.
It's like some people with 2 kids,
Yeah.
I think.
There's like one or, yeah, I think it's just one person and 2 kids. But
Okay. Anything else for Shannon? No. All right, then we'll move on to the director's report.
All right. It's a pretty quiet month, mercifully. I went to that users council meeting in Athol where it was snowing. So that was nice. I got up there and she goes, "Those aren't snowshoes." I said, "Well, it wasn't snowing at my house when I left 2 hours ago." So, department heads and executive committee, that was it. We had nice turnouts for wood slice ornaments and holiday paper crafting. That was fun. Upcoming in January, we've got fabric wreath craft. You can see the sample downstairs. Shannon and I will be doing bullet journaling one weeknight and a Saturday morning. Still plenty of room and all that. I've got an author talk with a very nice lady from Grafton, whose name is not on that sheet of paper. With a fascinating book. Oh, Ann Davidson. It's a fictional book, but it's set in 1755 Canada.
Oh,
With about the expulsion of the Acadians, which I'd never heard of, which is fascinating. Who knew?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like the cold process soap one that's coming.
Yeah, it's the same lady who came last week.
Okay.
So she was great last week. We had booked her for 2.
Okay.
Yeah, but her stuff is super cool. So, yeah, I've got a good crowd signed up for that one too.
Yeah, I gotta sign myself up.
Yeah. Yeah, I bumped it up. I'm going to probably see if we can do it up here because it's just a demonstration. It's not a hands-on thing.
Great.
So, and it's a Saturday, so I think I should be able to get up here. I don't think it'll be booked. So,
Okay.
she said she could do it to like 30, 35 people.
Great.
So,
Awesome.
yeah. But she was impressive last week. So,
Okay.
I like her a lot. Let's see. I'm already looking at the spring too, and I meant to send you for the garden club. I booked 2 workshops with the Blackstone Valley Veggie Gardens, so I was going to send them to you for the garden club. And then a letters from World War II program. We had applied for a cultural council grant for that one, but we didn't get it. But I told her I'd have her anyway. So she has like a suitcase, a box of letters that she found. Her mother corresponded with soldiers during World War II, and so she made a whole program out of this. It's really cool. Yeah, it's really cool.
That's great.
Let's see. Friends did well at the Chain of Lights. They have some really nice raffle items. If you had a chance to look at them, a mermaid tail blanket and a nice painting. And I don't know what else they have. Raffle tickets.
They have
Oh, and
raffle
ornaments.
trees,
Yep.
Valancourt ornaments.
Yep, those are up till Thursday. So that's that. Their next meeting is January 11th. They still have room, I think, in their 3rd round of blankets, which will not be here for Christmas, but if anyone wants to get their name down on the list, they'll be here sometime after Christmas. Let's see. Jamie did a book repair workshop, so we're super excited about that because none of us have been formally trained in book repair. So that's good. That was many hours. It was like 4 or 5 hours. It was a long day, but she did it, so that's good. Matt did a webinar on dealing with angry patrons. Jamie viewed the webinar afterwards because she was busy. So they both did that. So that's that. Upcoming in January, there's 2 legislative breakfasts in our immediate area. Webster is Friday, the 11th of January at 8 a.m. and Millbury is February 1st, which is a Friday, at 8 a.m.
Which days were they?
They're Fridays.
They're Fridays.
They're
Okay.
always Fridays for some reason. I don't know why.
Maybe that's the day they're in district.
Maybe. Yeah, so if you feel like getting up super early one day,
Why don't we, yeah.
That's not early. We live in a farm community. 5 o'clock is when we normally get up around here.
So we can, let me know which one you think you're gonna go to, and I'll see if I can get a couple. You're gonna go to both?
yeah, because I might have to be representing the executive committee for CW Mars
Okay.
at one or both of them, so.
Oh, okay, great. Okay.
Your book repair workshop that you guys had, what are they talking about? How are they doing it? They're not doing it like you would Library of Congress repair. You're actually doing just repairing your books that you have here, right?
Yeah, but he's pretty hardcore. This is the guy, he just retired from the Board of Library Commissioners, where he was the preservation specialist. And now I think he's freelancing doing book repair workshops. So he's pretty hardcore.
Shrewsbury has the Green Dragon Bindery, and we have the original manuscript from the Worcester Club, and I had sent them down there to have them repair it. They're capable of actually making the pages to the right chemistry
Oh, wow.
and regrowing pages. They work and do restoration of books for the Library of Congress. So I mean,
Wow.
it's might be worth it if you're interested in it to actually talk to them.
Yeah,
Because,
no, we
you
don't
know,
have
it's a
anything of
very
that
small-
caliber.
Small shop, but you know the history club might actually benefit from it.
Yeah, we're just hoping to, keep those bestsellers going a little longer. But they don't make bindings like they used to.
No.
It's nuts. And some of the, like the Harry Potter illustrated editions that they've been coming out with, they just crumble after, I don't even know, a year if that, because the paper's really nice and heavy, and the binding they're just like,
The adhesive just falls off.
The hot
there's-
rod adhesive they're using is not as good as it used to
They're
be.
gorgeous, and everyone wants to take them out,
they
but
just don't hold up.
And rebinding is not cheap.
no.
Yeah.
No.
So, yeah, but no, she's got a lot of hints and tricks now. She's got a drawer for all her stuff, because we had to get all the stuff together to do. I don't know why she needs knitting needles, but she does. So, she's got a drawer for them now.
Original bindings are all hand stitched.
It's crazy. Other things. I did submit that application to Cornerstone for $4,000 worth of children's programming, but I haven't heard back yet.
Okay.
We filed a letter of intent for, that's in the next thing. For the FY20 LSTA grant, we filed a letter of intent to apply for a STEAM grant.
Okay.
You can apply for 2, but one of them has to be a preservation one. You can't apply for like STEAM and financial, thank you. So,
Okay.
so that behooves us for next year if we want to apply for that preservation one and something else we have.
Okay.
And that, I think, is all my
And that's, the letter of intent is to apply for which grant?
STEAM. We didn't specify an age range. You have to choose little kids or big kids, and we didn't choose, because you didn't have to choose at that point. So,
Okay.
I don't think so.
Well,
You choose.
you got big kids covered by the Osterman grant, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Well, for navigation into adulthood, not so much for STEM,
But we'll see.
unless I word it really interestingly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's taken care of. And then the first draft is due in like February, and the last draft's due out to April, so we have plenty of time.
Okay. Right. Circulation?
Was not a bad month.
No. Over the prior. We're up over last year.
Yeah, that's
Seems-
great.
Which is good. So I know last year at this time, we were kind of a little low or, post-meeting. So, post all that stuff.
No, and the overdrive is just phenomenal over last year. It blows me away.
It's me, I'm reading like 3 a week, at least. I'm just kidding. If not more.
And we did, so we
Fucking
had,
books.
there's this thing called Overdrive Advantage where like we, or like say I can buy books that like just our patrons could read, or I could share them to the collection. And they had a special where you didn't have to pay any money to join that, because usually it costs money. You just had to buy 3 titles off a list. So I bought like the 3 cheapest ones I could find. That was like $90 total. So now going forward, if we ever want to buy specific Overdrive books, we can. Like if there's summer reading books or whatever, we can do that.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we just did it while we had the chance. It doesn't cost any extra.
So, I'm just curious, can you, with ebooks, let's say it was a summer reading thing. Let's say they wanted all of Sutton High School to read one book, which they've done before.
We like that.
Can you, like, rent a certain number of, like, 3-month licenses or something like that, rather than having to buy a lot of e-copies, or how does that work?
It depends on the book.
Okay.
Like some of them are set number of circulations, and some of them are set time periods, but it all depends on the book and the publisher.
Okay.
So it's really weird. So, but if they wanted to choose something, we'd have to look at it and see how much it costs. But you can't do like, I couldn't say, I want this for 90 days. It's whatever they have set up in
Right.
and it says it right in the Overdrive thing.
But, so, because it's hard, because like, you know, when you're just regularly checking out a book, it's like, you know, you're, hold your number 2 on 10 copies or whatever. But if you have a, you know, a large population wanting to read the same book at the same time, it's tricky.
Well, the one thing that did help is now that there's no Access 360 and that they've opened up Overdrive to all the Massachusetts systems, so it's Clam, Sales, Minuteman, Boston.
Yeah.
They generally don't all read the same.
So you can pull from
e-books
those
as-
other.
Yeah, so you can have multiple holds. Some of them, if it's a popular enough book, will have multiple e-copies. It won't just be one single copy you're waiting for. Some of them will have multiple copies. And then not everyone has to be waiting for the C.W. Mars copy. Some people can be waiting for a Clams copy or a Sales copy or what have you. But it all comes down, again, to the book and the publisher.
Okay. Good. Just thinking about that.
I figured, it can't hurt to do it while it's there. And we can choose specifically, like, not to share. I think the 3 I bought, I chose just to share with the whole consortium right away. But if we were buying summer reading titles, we could choose not to share them for, say, 90 days and then have them be shared with everybody, which was kind of cool.
Excellent.
Sounds good. Okay. Okay. Circs look great.
I enjoy that because December's not doing so good so far.
Okay. Well, it's early.
And
A lot of kids come
people are
in-
so crazy in December anyway.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that it is early.
It's
Seems like it should be later.
It is early.
So going on to budgets, let's see, what's first here?
Year-to-date.
Year-to-date budget. We look good. We're all kind of even on wages. It looks like we're all at,
Yeah, we're getting 0.6%.
yeah,
So close.
so that's good.
There's a lot of days
There's
off.
a lot of holidays
Yeah,
coming up.
there's a lot of holidays
We'll
coming
save some
up.
money.
Yeah, no, we look good there.
Any concerns, Betsy?
No, I'm gonna break even by the end of the year.
And we still have a reasonable amount of book money.
Yeah, we're on a hiatus now because we just had 2 big nonfiction orders because we had a vendor come in.
Okay,
So we're on a break, but now we're fine.
okay, good. All right. And then state aid. It looks like, it's just, since we last met, the newsletter, the music program, MLA attendance,
Yeah.
and the soap program.
Yeah, we spent our entire membership budget, and I had $5 left. I had to pay all my bills. I had to pay $5 out of state aid.
Oh,
So-
gotcha.
That's what.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll start paying for Deb Hutchins out of state aid because
So,
fine. She had 28 people last time. Was that just that
Yeah.
one? It was
Wow,
crazy.
great.
Yeah.
That's
Crazy.
fantastic,
that's
though.
awesome.
Yeah.
How did you fit them?
They're again small and they stack.
Stackable children. All right, and then the gift account.
Oh yeah, the only thing from last time was replacement book, which was paid for with a check that went in. So
Okay, gotcha.
that evens out. You just
Okay.
can't see that check yet.
All right. Anybody wants to give us a gift, we're good, would like that. The Osterman grants
Yeah,
is
so that's
now,
done for the year. I just wanted to give you the whole, which I
Yeah, that's
think
the
has
whole-
changed actually since last time, so.
so, and you went, looks like you did a little Tinker Supply shopping.
Yeah.
Which is good. All right. And so that's all set.
Yeah, and that's it, because the LSTA grant's done, so
Okay.
we are tidy on the money.
And then we have our annual report. So, this is our review of this?
Yes. Yeah, it has to be in February, so.
Oh,
you
so,
had-
okay,
I had, in case we had an issue and we had to discuss it in January.
okay.
We have time.
So just, we have time to review this then, and,
I wanted to have my list done.
good job. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So, basically, for minutes purposes, review and comment for the January meeting? But I don't really, or do you want to review it, us to review it now?
You can, it's up to you guys.
I mean, reading through it briefly, it looks great, but,
So should we put it on the agenda for comments?
how about review and approve for the agenda on in January, so it'll be all done? Because we can always approve it as amended and,
So I'll put review and vote.
yeah. Yeah.
So this reflects the 17-18?
Yeah. Right.
July 17 to June 2018.
Which explains the people on staff that have changed.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's why we're talking about the building grant and all that stuff.
Right,
At the
'cause
top, page 3 or whatever, page 2.
Yeah, because it took place in that year.
Yeah.
Which is why, what I had asked her about here. And it's like, no.
Oh, for that?
Yeah, it's like, and now I understand, so.
Well, that was a new addition last year, was listing out all the dates and how many people attended which meetings.
No, I was referring to the total count of how many, and I was confused, like, by math, and you pointed out I was not paying attention to the dates, so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now I have a little spreadsheet, I check you guys off every month. Well, otherwise I have to go back through and
I'm very proud, last month was the first one I've missed in 5 years.
Wow,
So I was,
that's impressive.
you know,
Again, as we've already stated, we're very happy that you didn't join us. Thank you
it
for
was
your
like,
consideration.
first time in a long time. All right, well, so we'll review that. I mean, everything, quick review looks good. I just want to sit down and read it. And let's see, are there any other,
the budget.
the budget?
And that has to be done now, because
Now.
it has to be in probably before we meet again. It has to be in January. And
Did I miss that? How did I miss that?
It was
So-
Probably on the
back of the
back
first
of
page.
your agenda.
Oh, there we go, back of the agenda.
Yep.
So I assume we're just asking for our usual ask with
Yep.
our step increase.
Yeah, oh yeah, and that has to be in the 10th, so
Okay.
we won't meet again before then.
Nothing,
And, yeah, just
Crazy.
what I did, no, but I changed, because when we change technicians, sometimes the hours are fluid. So I changed them so they actually reflect what they are working, which was
Okay.
nice. And it resulted in I kind of added them all up and made sure we were using the same amount of hours, so.
okay, okay.
And our CW Mars assessment only went up like $44 or something, it was ridiculous. 'Cause I looked and I was like, "That's
That's good,
And
That's
'cause our-
great.
Our SLIN grant, I think, is like $300 more than last year, so.
okay. Good,
And there's no reason, and we shouldn't be putting like the value that the library brings to the town versus the cost, where we could show that
well, this is the budget,
this is the budget, that's why we're not doing that.
Yeah,
Correct.
We brought that last time, though, to the meeting.
meeting, when we went and presented
Yeah.
the budget,
Right.
yeah. When is FinCom? Did they give you a date?
No, hearings start March 13th, but it doesn't have
Okay.
specific dates.
Okay. Always a favorite time. Actually, it's the budget, this budget is never an issue. Usually. We're reasonable. Anyone else have a question about the budget? Is there anything reasonable capital-wise that you wished you could ask for, or?
Couldn't think of anything.
Okay,
And I did talk to Jim Smith, and that is on now for spring to get that front thing done.
the
Just
door
having
and then.
trouble finding people who will bid on small projects.
Okay.
So they're hoping maybe lump it in.
So the
This
door
is
and
sidewalks.
sidewalk?
Yeah.
Okay. Any luck finding a mat so we don't
I
track
did a
in?
couple recommendations,
Okay, good,
so.
just so we don't wreck the floor.
Highway guy says it's gonna be a nice calm winter.
Oh,
He brought us another bucket of salt the other day.
sure,
Gonna be a, what did he say? I forget.
a mild winter,
Thank you, mild winter, yeah.
okay.
Fingers crossed. So far, so good.
Yeah, I'll take it. Okay, so the LSTA grant, the budget, and the annual report, I did those out of order, I'm sorry.
Well, because the LSTA grant was in the,
Packet first.
was in, yeah.
Anyway, golly, that was quick. Is there anything else we need to chat about?
There are no repairs, no maintenance that you foresee for the library as it stands right now? Mold remediation in the,
Lighting,
yeah,
The lighting should come out of this year's budget. When Larry Morris was supposed to order the lights, and that will wipe out our budget for this year. But
I don't think that should be in our budget. If they need to fix that space before they turn it over to us, that's on them.
even the current space.
oh yeah, the current space is mold. Did you miss that?
No, I did hear that. I heard it.
Hopefully the new space will be dry. So
Right.
Is the new space definitely being targeted for the library?
to the best of my knowledge, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I think once we can move them, we can cleaning that space and drying it out. I think it'll never be able to be fixed until that equipment is out of there.
Yeah.
And that's not happening. That's the issue, I think.
But yeah, I mean, almost everything that we can leave in there is in plastic totes, and it'll be fine, right?
Like in the future, not
Yeah.
everything right now is in, right, because
In
they're
the future.
books, you can't put books in, well, I could, but,
You mean the current space?
Yeah.
yeah.
So you could put like decor items.
Yeah,
Mm,
so like the Christmas trees are fine in their plastic containers and
Mhm.
all that stuff that I stow away, but the books are,
The books need to move.
the books are in danger, and some of the, we do have some historical, or the local history stuffs in there, like the annual town reports from days of old are stored in there that I haven't gotten to organizing yet.
So that probably should be dried out and put in plastic containers.
We can put those. She has the rest of them in my office. How many more feet are there? Is there a lot? Shelf-wise.
If you, yeah, they fill up a cart right now.
So probably
They're on a cart, that's why they're in there, 'cause they're on a cart.
probably like 12 linear feet.
Sure.
I'm just thinking it's like 3 feet, 3 feet.
Then yeah. About that maybe.
Yeah, so we could probably squeeze those
Depends
on
on
the shelves in my
how
office
they
if we
would-
clean them up.
Yeah.
Line up in a
3 feet by
container.
3 feet, isn't that gonna be a cubic yard?
No. And, not
Great.
by, and.
I know.
All right. Shelving for that new space?
We have excess shelving in
Okay,
our current space.
okay.
Because if we take the two tall ones out of the middle of the room, where we can't really use them, and
Okay.
move them,
Okay,
and that frees up floor space for carts, and it'll be great. And we have some shelving that's just dismantled in there. So
okay, great, fabulous, all right.
And lighting in there is okay?
I assume so. I mean, they live in there, so it can't be terrible.
I've never actually been in there.
I don't want to go like look in the door with a measuring
Famous,
tape and be like,
famous last words, it can't be terrible.
Okay. Meeting dates, that, we need to do that too.
all right, so we can either go to January 14th or 28th, because there's a holiday in there.
28th might be difficult for me. I might be away.
Oh, nice, good.
The 14th is 4 weeks, so that's not like, I mean, it seems especially early, but it's not, because
Yeah,
it's still 4
January
weeks.
14th, I think, should work.
3:30?
The only concern I have is, it's because I don't have flights booked. I am going to be going on a business trip to Colorado sometime in early January.
Okay.
But I don't know those dates yet. I'm waiting for that decision to be made.
Well, if we have to change it, let us know.
Yeah, we just can't do Wednesdays because we have enrichment.
Mm-hmm,
And that's gonna take like 5 Wednesdays in a row because of snow day, so.
yeah.
And then February, if you wanna keep with the 4 weeks, you can do the 11th, because then there's a holiday, or you can do the 25th.
of those works, I think. Why don't we do the 25th? That way we can make sure we have everything we need for FinCom and can go over that. If FinCom's gonna meet in early March. And that way then too, we'll have probably been through FinCom the next time we meet in March.
Yeah,
We don't have to set a March day right now, but,
but you're right, hopefully.
so,
Yeah, assuming if they do them the week of the 13th
Yeah.
and the 20th.
so then we can meet like March 25th.
Yeah.
And we'll know how that went. Does that work?
Yep.
Okay. Is there any other new business?
Nope, good.
Okay.
Pretty quickly.
Think we're good? Ms. Stevie? Aiden, do you have anything else that you
No.
need? Okay.
I'm just
We'll put
putting
the-
things into my calendar.
Yep, okay, perfect. So we'll try to do those dates. Obviously, we can adjust if needed. All right. Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will make the motion to adjourn at 4:07.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so that passes, so we are adjourned. Thank you very much.